Greetings. Well, it's getting there. Well, hello, Snafu. Good to see you, man. Haven't been talking much today. That was like kind of the first stuff I've said. It was like, "Ah." Hello there, Easy Junior. 888. Good to see you, man. Hello and welcome. Oh, I'm going to pull the multi-stream chat up too. If you chatted it somewhere other than YouTube, I didn't see it yet. Good to see you guys. Gonna play some Baldur's Gate. What up, OG Helmsway? In the house? I know you. Get ready for this. Truly the OG. That's Brian. He's giving me rides. And worked on my fucking Prius. Thanks again, dude. Jet, what's happening, homie? And Michael Grennan, hello, from Ireland. That's awesome. I've been to Dublin. I was passing through on my way to Paris, and we stopped in Dublin, and I had a Guinness at the airport. I didn't leave the airport, though. Lowen Murray, hello. And Deliciousness. Oh, you're watching my Saturday stream. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, catching up. It is a good-looking game, man. And Micah Hegland, hello. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun, actually. And that's why I'm playing it again now. It's just a game I want to play. Like, the campaign is kind of drawing me in. You know, I'm loading it now as we speak. Is it just going to pop up? Yeah, it is. I haven't even gotten that far in it, but it's banging. Your amateur radio license? That's hardcore, dude. I've been looking at ham radios. I haven't lately, but there's a short period where I was looking at a bunch of ham radios and people kept sending me data. Looking at the radio operating licenses. All the different levels. I think there are 3 levels of operator licenses. Was it like a test you take online? Where you're able to get a bunch of stuff wrong and then take it over and over again? Or do you have to go into a place and you only got one shot? You've taken your ham class, Micah? Yeah, 3 levels, and then you got to like become level 1 to get to level 2 to get to level 3. You can't just take level 3. I don't know if that's how. I think that's how it works. I remember. See the guy who raised the ISS with a homemade antenna? He raised the International Space Station? Like lifted it up into the air? What do you mean? Like he contacted them? Well, for anyone that's missed the reference, I'm here at the Druid Grove. This is Baldur's Gate 3. I'm deep inside. And I learned my lesson the hard way that if you cast the Friend spell, this is considered a higher difficulty mode. Technically, I'm on Tactical, which is the second highest difficulty. And yes, the people that you enchant might accuse you of enchanting them. Maybe because they were elves. I think they were certainly aware that I enchanted them. Maybe if you friends them and then trick them into doing some shit and then you take off and then the spell wears off, they're like, what happened? And then it goes back to normal. When you come back in the room, they're like, hey, good to see you again. But if it wears off when you're in their presence, they're like, oh, I know what you did to me. I don't know. I can't tell yet. And I don't really want to troubleshoot it because I feel like that's cheap. So I'm going to be real careful with this spell from now on. And not use it in situations I can't escape from shortly after I use it. Unless I'm in a desperate pinch or something. Oh, the Friend spell. Great spell, though. You get advantage on your diplomacy checks. Oh, yeah. I wonder if you contact the ISS on your shortwave radio if they're like, you're on an official bandwidth that you're not supposed to be on. Hello, Treadbull. Ginger Jack, hey dude. It's going great, man. Just popping on some Baldur's Gate 3. Hello, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Ruff. Good to see you, man. It's interesting. Yeah, those shortwave radios, man, that's some maddeningly awesome technology. Oh, speaking of, I gotta fix the, my Discord is periodically changing its invite settings to a 7-day expiration. So I gotta go in and set it to never expire, generate the link. It generates the old link again. But then I have a feeling like when I log on later or tomorrow or something, it's going to have a new link generated. I think it's bugging out because of a bot that has been installed on the Discord server. I really don't know how to even begin to troubleshoot it, but it's super annoying on my end that the Discord link keeps changing because I want to make the Discord link public. And if it keeps changing, that's going to become an impossibility. Because I'm not here every day. Daniel's at Kirsch. Hello, dude. And Colm Hampton. Good to see you, man. Hello, Shay Cray. What's up, sir? I gotta make my way through this little Druid Grove. I know Nettie. I've heard a lot about Nettie. Can I just take this dagger route? Maybe this mug route. Looks like those are up for grabs. I don't know why those were not considered contraband, but I just took them off their table. I'm not going to be on IRL tonight. No, I'm planning on being on Timcast IRL on Thursday and Friday this week. Tonight, I think it's going to be Phil Labonte. Oh, yeah. Shortwave radios, dude. Yeah, it's kind of like a shortwave radio is kind of like, if they are cheap enough, like every household should have one. I don't see why not. I have like somewhat Baofeng is the company that made them. Probably a Chinese company, to be honest. I don't know, but they look like walkie-talkies. They were like $30, and they're shortwave radios. So as far as I know, they get awesome. They can just pick up shortwave. They might even be able to send shortwave. I don't know. What's up, T-Bomb? And Haywood Jablomi's in the chat. Always a pleasure, sir. Oh, really? T-Bomb's talking about the Timcast members 7 days server. What major overhaul, huge performance upgrade. That's good news, dude. We played 7 Days to Die over there, gosh, at this point, like 3 weeks ago, I think. And it was hard to enjoy for me. I mean, the game primarily was pretty fun, but once the 7th day came and it was Horde night, the frames dropped out. And I just like stood there and watched as it was like God! And the zombies were screaming and screaming. There's video of it somewhere on my live streams a couple weeks ago or something. And you know, a minor inconvenience, but really the most fun part of that game is slaughtering hordes of zombies. So that's really good news that you guys overhauled that server. That's super cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the upgrades. One of my issues with that game and why I'm not super drawn to play on that server is that I like starting with my bare hands and kind of exploring with like limited loot where loot doesn't respawn, not a lot of airdrops. Like, oh my god, I found a tin can. Now I can drink water. Holy shit, I found a fucking crowbar. Oh my god, dude. I found a bow. I'm actually going to be able to kill these things now. Like,
just hold still.
When I logged in there, it was like all the equipment was had already been scavenged, and I was like, well, and it was kind of like the game had already been beaten, and we were just playing in God mode. Everybody handed me all the top tier equipment, and it was like we had an indestructible Horde defense base, so there was like no fear of getting hurt on Horde night. Not really. So it kind of felt like the game had already been beaten. I really like starting from scratch and exploring with no loot respawns and where you drop everything when you die. Just hardcore. I've played that game for 12 years. I know it inside and out. So I really enjoy like the struggle. Kind of the same way with Project Zomboid. When I played Zomboid with people that already memorized the map, it's like, no thanks. I like the exploration. So with Zomboid, we're looking at, I'm looking at getting some custom maps, hopefully that people haven't played before, so we can play a game where we all jump on and explore together while we're all in the game together. That'd be pretty fun. I didn't know there was an issue with the latest update. You're talking about the 7 days. I think Ginger Jack, I think it was... Oh, hello, Akam. Yeah, you saw that show. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The real Fulani.
It's messy,
That is exactly what I'm doing, and I will show you exactly what I'm doing. With the Discord link, just for reference, I'm doing it exactly correctly, and it's breaking. So let's see here. I'll show you here. Going into my Discord server, I do this. Invite people. Here it says your link will expire in 7 days. So I go edit invite link, and it says 7 days. So I go to never. And then I do this, and I click generate new link. And then it says your invite link will never expire. Now tomorrow when I log in, it's going to say your link will expire in 7 days. It resets. It's been resetting over and over again since about a week ago. And I have a feeling it's because of some bots that were recently installed on the server. Other than that, I have no idea how that could possibly be resetting consistently every day. But we got to get that fixed. That's a top priority. Otherwise, I'm going to uninstall all the bots. And that's kind of shitty because the bots are pretty quality when they work. But I'd rather have a accessible Discord server, and I don't have that kind of time to attend to that setting every day. I mean, technically I could, I just don't want to. What's up, some praiser? Good to see you, man.
Nearly there.
Oh, you're saying the recent T-Bomb, you're saying the recent 1.1 update made it so you could only join the server once per day. That's weird. Yeah, I know. It's like get in there on day one so you can get in on the exploration, but I'm busy. I got a lot going on. So I could try and get in there on day one for just to enjoy the beginning parts of the game, but I like... I'm just telling you what I like. I like to play the game like on a server with people that are also at my pace. Like, so we're all playing together, and then when we quit, the server I mean, I can do both. When we quit, the server's down. When we play, we're like, all right, you guys ready to play 7 days? We'll pick back up where we left off. I got my level 2 sledgehammer that I found when we were scavenging. It's like the ultimate loot. And for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be like thanking God that we had that level 2 sledgehammer kind of thing. But when there's like tons of people on an open server, they usually just power game it pretty fast, from my experience. I got a feeling I'll be back anyway, though. Skynet's become self-aware. Hold on, Shaker. You're gonna have to explain that one. Skynet's become self-aware, huh? Talking about AGI? Hello there, Finn Wundunik. Oh, Aaron, Fat Hobo, you sent a video of that issue to Mito. That's good. Yeah, Mito should be able to solve it. He is a wizard after all.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
This girl is apparently supposed to heal the brainworm in my head. Cool, man. Yeah, T-Bomb, give me a heads up when you guys are starting fresh. Maybe I'll jump in. I'm kind of... I guess I would say I'm kind of picky with 7 days, just because I've played 1,000 hours in the game. I like it where it's hard, like on hard mode. Lots of zombies. Loot does not respawn. These are my preferred settings. Loot does not respawn. Airdrops once every 14 days, maybe. So you're basically scrounging for like seeds and cans of food, and you got to go further and further out every time to find more food, and then you're like, there's no sitting back and relaxing. And then until you start harvesting crops, and then like you found potato seeds, and it's like, we're gonna survive and keep them safe so zombies don't destroy these things. Hunting is like so important. Permadeath. I've never played it on permadeath before. I usually have it set so you just drop all your stuff because you got to go further and further out to loot. And if you're on like a looting expedition and you do it alone, one misstep could be the end of the looting run and all that stuff. Your bike, everything. I guess unless you bring a back, like a bedroll, like a forward operating base you can set up. And then you like set the bedroll outside in the forest, outside of the zone you're going to loot. You're going to search. Scavenge, I guess is the word. And then when you get out of there, you pick your bedroll back up and ride back to town. Well, no, what you would do is leave the bedroll there, because if you have no bedroll, that's even worse. So you ride back to town, or run back to town, run back to home, and then make a new bedroll back at the home, and that will trump your old bedroll, I believe. That server was easy. Oh yeah, that was kind of like just a beginning server for everybody. That's interesting. If you die, you lose all your RPG progress. I've never played on that. That's intense. It would probably just sit in the base all the time and just research. But the thing is, if you just sit in the base all the time, you just consume food. Like, what are you contributing? The other people would be like, how much food did you eat today? How much food did you bring in today? All right. What did you add to our survival potential today? And you're like, and also like PvP on. Even if you're allies, you swing the axe in the wrong direction, you're cutting your friend's fucking head off. Like, you need to be careful when you swing that axe. There's no, like, if you're shoulder to shoulder, don't go wild. You gotta have, it creates like tactical gameplay. Like, I'll stand over here, you stand over there. Don't shoot at the zombie if I'm in melee with it, unless you're a fucking expert and it's desperate. Love that shit. We did that with a Project Zomboid. It was pretty sweet. One guy took a baseball bat to the head, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But it's great. But we got really good at it though. We would fan out and kind of surround the zombie, and so we could all see each other, and then we were taking turns smacking at him and stuff. Hello, Trash Can the Great. No, I've never played Sifu Thin Wundunik. Yeah, Sam Derry, you got 1,000 hours in 7 days too. Oh wait, here, and then Shay Cray confirmed. I was just going back up the chats. Shay Cray confirmed that the bots are interfering with the invites. That's very likely. We've been checking with the installations of new bots in Discord. Hello, Pansy. I have Nidhogg Pansy. I never played. I think I bought it on sale or something because it looked good, and I have not played it. Or if I did, I played it once. I watched some gameplay footage of it. I seem to remember that game. Let me double check what it looks like. Yeah, I have that game, I think, but have not played it. It looked pretty cool. Nidhogg. Dude, 7 days, this is the jam. I do like first-person shooter games, Trash Can the Great. I like them when they're realistic. Like, the more realistic they are, the better. Like fatigue, having trouble aiming, getting hungry, momentum. Like, if you're running forward and you hit something, it does more damage than if you're running backwards and you swing at it. Maybe I do like character development, so like RPG style stats and stuff that you can build up. So like, for instance, Overwatch. I'm not a big fan of Overwatch. It just felt kind of like arcadey. Like, no matter how fast you're running, strafing, your reticule is always in the center of the screen and it doesn't bounce. Same problem I had with Valheim. Didn't feel very realistic. Yeah, I love I love PvP on 7 Days, T-Bomb, even when it's your own allies. Like, I like being able to be in a party so you can see them on a map. I don't mind that stuff. But I like that you can accidentally hit your own friend, even if you guys are allied. I don't know if that's a setting in that game, that you can have your teammates also have PvP on for everybody. Just like in a real, like, a zombie apocalyptic situation, like, even you got to be careful around your friends. You can't just go crazy and unload your weapons. And maybe it's all the self-defense training I've been doing with Luke Rutkowski, but I really like don't flag your weapon. Like, if you're literally carrying a weapon, do not point that fucking thing at me. I don't care if you're my friend or not. Put it away if you're in the house. What's up, Orchid? Orchid 33, man. You think Nidhogg is a challenge, you were saying? Nidhogg is a challenge? All right, thanks for refreshing my my memory of that game. Oh, yeah, I'm the same way, Orchid. I played through this game a little bit, and I'm like getting amped to get back into it. Hello there, Sea Turtle. And Nolan Sapp in the chat. If you guys are on YouTube, go subscribe on Twitch. Hello, Grofty. Subscribe on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube and X. Those are my 3 channels that I will be streaming to, but make sure you subscribe on all 3 channels. It's big time. Twitch is great. Twitch is gamey. Like, look, I can start a community poll. I don't think we've had this. I haven't gotten this to work yet. I might need to get another extension so that people can vote.
A moment. This may be class.
She's a druidic healer.
It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Hello there, R.L. Strange. Dude, that's pretty cool. You did jujitsu with your wife. That's a great bonding mechanism for a couple, that's for sure. Doing physical things like that together is fantastic. Yeah, self-defense is cool. When I go down there to Florida, Luke Rutkowski teaches a tactical training course. He and other teachers, but he's one of them, and they spend a lot of time practicing concealed carry, drawing the weapon, concealed carry, drawing the weapon, drawing the weapon. Hello there, Funkmaster General. And getting good at that. I'm like, don't draw the weapon across your arm. Pop, pop, blow your fucking wrist off. Don't do that. Like, don't flag your own arm when you're drawing the weapon. That's something I kind of was teaching the new people that would come in because I'd done it for a few weeks. Just get in the habit of not flagging yourself, any part of your own body as you're drawing that thing. It's cool. Even when we were on set, actually last week in Los Angeles while I was working on that movie, we were using a prop weapon, and it was rubber. Literally, the gun was rubber. It wasn't like, well, we had a real airsoft gun, but we also had a rubber gun, and they were like, don't flag anybody with that either. Just have it. Do not wave it around. Just don't. And I get it, you just got to train in your head, like, even if it's fake, even if it's just airsoft pellets, even if it's just a rubber gun, don't flag. If you really want to be real and be responsible, do not flag people with your weapon. And in video games, I'm the same way. Like, it's just pretend, but, like, put your gun away if you're going to turn and face me. Or at least hold it down low ready if you can. Like, that's cool if a game lets you put the gun at low ready. Then you got to push a button to pull it up or something. Or if you've pushed the fire button, he has to lift it up and then shoot. That'd be cool. That's excellent. My dad was a paramedic for a long time, so he's stuck like a lot of like, be careful, wear your seatbelt, always lock your doors, go the speed limit, like don't speed. He gave me some good wisdom. It's like, just go slow to your destination. Don't go slow. He wasn't like go slow. He was like, don't speed unnecessarily at all. You're better off going slow and getting there than speeding and getting fucked in an accident. You're better off just getting there. Make sure, you know. It's just great advice in life. Hello there, Harry Poker. Harry Poker. I like your name, dude. Orchid 33. Any thoughts on designing some emotes in the future? Yeah, I would love to design some emotes. I think it's a matter of like sitting down and actually getting them. I have an emote channel in Discord for people to put emoji suggestions. Let me pull that up actually. Someone added a big rainbow eggplant. That's a good one. There are a few in there, but it hasn't been very active. No one's posted in there since September 27th. It's been 11 days ago. So it's a matter of like actually building the emotes, getting them in all the resolutions, getting an image. I do like that one though. I'm gonna add to it. It's funny. Yeah, the rainbow eggplant's a pretty good one. If you type ! Discord, it will give you the Discord link. Chronic. Abundance. Nicolaus. This is Baldur's Gate 3. And hello there, Let's Fighting Love. A smoke monster emote? That'd be fucking sweet. Oh, you know, Funkmaster. Just crushing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. We have a nice little chill evening. Hello there, W. Gunther. Yeah, man, let's emote this shit up. Emotes are super cool. R.L. Strange with the membership. Thank you for becoming a member, man. Oh, wait, what just happened? Funkmaster General with the 5 gifted memberships. My Streamlabs doesn't tell me. I had to go to the YouTube chat to find out. Funkmaster General, 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, man. And the memberships go out to R.L. Strange, Nolan Sapp, Sledgehog. It's a great name, dude. Sledgehog is excellent sound. I like the way that word sounds. James Caverly and Buds Bunny 420, in case you're wondering what the Buds reference was. It was a 420 reference, I think. Buds Bunny, congrats on being a member. And thanks again for the 5 memberships, man. Funkmaster General, dog. You the man. Look at all those members in the chat. I like seeing those green names. Oh, is Diablo 4, is the expansion out? I have it preloaded, Gunther. Yeah, dude, Sledgehog. I'm going to name some fantasy characters that in a video game or something. Oh, the game's launching tonight. Wow. Yeah, I guess I should pull it up and play it. I mean, I don't normally jump on games the minute they come out unless I'm really, really looking forward to it. But I think Diablo 4, the expansion, kind of deserves it. I wonder if the servers are going to crash. Yeah, exactly, Harry Poker. I wonder if 80 million people are going to be trying to access it all at once, and it's going to be like, wait time, 12 minutes, wait time. Your game has crashed. Wait time. Loading. If that's the case, I might wait 3 or 7 days. But I know it's hot to play the new game. A bunch of people are on Twitch watching, and everybody wants to see. And that's why there are such long wait times. The excitement of novelty. The Wanderer. Hey, dude. Good to see you, man. See, I feel like you should not know the character. I'm just some advice for developers in the future. You don't know the character's name, don't put the character's name. Just call it like druid woman or something. I don't know. And then when you get their name, I mean, it just requires a little bit more dialogue in order to get their name, but you don't need to show their name unless you ask it. And then add it. I know. Then there's this thing like, what is your name? And everybody's like, oh, God. I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
You're playing Baldur's Gate 2 right now with your wife? That's awesome. 10 tabs? You're going to name your baby Tim Pool? His first name? That'd be a cool first name. I wonder if people do that. They find celebrities and then they name their kid the celebrity. Like Jason Momoa. Like, do people name their kid Jason Momoa Smith? Like, if their name's like John Smith. First and last name are the kid's first and middle name. I bet they do. There are like some people that do that. Oh, my first question I wondered was, what class are you and your wife playing R.L. Strange?
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
See Sean Friedis in the chat and Flirst Jokes Free. Shout out to you guys on Twitch. Thanks for coming, dudes. Yeah, I'm aiming at 75 concurrent viewers on Twitch to go partner. One way or another, it's happening. There's ways to like game the system to get famous faster, to get bigger faster. Honestly, I could go on IRL and like really promote this shit and pump. Because like a night after IRL and get a bunch of people excited, and then I go live, like 35,000 people hear me promote the show. It's a lot easier to bring the noise. And also to play the most popular games at the time, but I like obscure games a lot of times. I love like turn-based strategy games with 8-bit graphics and stuff that have like one guy streaming it on Twitch that have like a combined viewership of like 27 people, and I'm like, well, I was actually telling Aaron this the other day. I'm like, I've always kind of been the guy that like, for the most part, doesn't look at what's popular and then try to do it to get popular. I just do what I like, and then that gets popular, and I set the trend instead of like trying to join the current trend to get popular. You know, I've done that as an actor, like trying to get famous by like responding to what's cool. It's just an empty feeling on the inside. I'd much rather go the long road where I do what I love, do it enough that people start to see it, and then it gains traction and popularity. Yeah, that was in reference to Warhammer. I know, I would love to give Warhammer a try. I wish if I can get a machine that would run. I was looking at buying a new computer, a new desktop, $3,500 for like an AMD desktop. What's up, Haydos? Good morning. Where you live? It's 5:20 in the afternoon for me. Oh my gosh, I went out and lit a fire last night. I gotta tell you guys that story. And it burned. That's the end of the story. I'm just kidding. There's more to the story. A tree fell on my property a few months ago. At this point, 2 or 3 months ago probably. I was in Florida when it happened. Came crashing down during some heavy storm and uprooted massive tree. And it's been like just tons and tons of wood. I don't know if literally tons of wood. Probably more than a ton of wood. I don't know by weight what all that stuff weighs, but thousands of pounds of wood in this fucking giant tree. And I'm like, I gotta burn that shit. Because it's like, personally, I don't own a chainsaw. I think there might be one in the house. Somebody came by and was chaining up a bunch of the tree, cutting it up. But last night I just decided to go get 8 o'clock or something, go grab a wagon, load it up with as much wood as I could. Got my machete. Took my machete out for the first time. Oh, there's a fly up here. I want to smack it. I need to smack it with something. Let's smack it with my shirt. Let's smack it. I gotta be real subtle here. He's still there. I think he's starving because he's not moving. He's right there. It's on my microphone arm, and I don't want to harm my microphone, but I'm going to get him. I ordered some fly swatters. They're not arriving till tomorrow. Oh, he didn't move when I did that. I think he's starving because he's very sluggish. I'm gonna say I got him, but I'm gonna try and confirm that. Now I've gotta locate the corpse. Sometimes I whack these flies and they're just stunned. I think I saw his body go flying in that direction. Oh, I got one earlier too. There were two in here. One was in my bedroom and one was in my studio in here. And they was just so annoying. I don't know where they're coming in from. Well, at a glance, I don't see his body. I saw him go flying. Oh, and yesterday I was like, I can't leave my spindrift in here when I'm going out because a fly will fly in there and try and drink it. So I got to put my spindrift in the bathroom, and I closed the bathroom door and left my spindrift on the sink. And I came back, finished off the spindrift. I was bit into something. I was like, "What's that bitter, sour taste?" And I spit it out, and it was an ant, all crushed up that I bit. It's like, well, I guess cultures eat ants. It was like bitter. It was gross. Freaking ant crawled in my spindrift. So no more leaving my spindrifts in the bathroom. I noticed that ants were like coming out of my sink. It's every once in a while. There's not like a horde of them or anything. I keep killing them. All right, my story. I'm gonna finish this story about the fire last night because it was awesome. So I was using my machete for the first time ever. Tied it to my belt. Chopping up some wood, like hacking at this log, just at angle. You know, you're going from the left, you're going from the right, going from the left, you're going from the right. I felt like I might be damaging the machete actually, because it's more for cutting brush than wood, but it'll get the job done. And then I went around the corner to like this overgrown garden, this massive garden thing that's been overgrown, and I chopped up a bunch of like grass, dry grass, to use as fire starter. Bunch of damp wood though, so it took me a while to get it started. And then I had to give up and go get a piece of fire starter. One of those little brick things. Once, because I was trying out there, I used my plasma torch, and I think I destroyed my plasma torch trying to light grass. I don't know why, but the plasma torch stopped working, which is super concerning actually. And had my headlamp on, so I bought a new headlamp after last night. I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of upgrades in headlamp technology. Now there's like a 260 to 230 degree headlamp that's LED USB-C charger, because this other one was like a 3 AAA batteries it needed, so I'm getting an advanced headlamp now. And super bright, 1500 lumens. Like, it's a really nice, like, hiking, skiing, fishing headlamp. It's waterproof and stuff. And I was trying to light it with the grass, but the wood, everything was so damp, it was just, had a hell of a time. But, I mean, these logs were like, one of the logs was like this. I was like, I don't have the tools to cut this, so I'm going to burn it in half. And took it down there. Yeah, I didn't have any lighter fluid. And got that little square of like fire starter. It's like wood with like wax in it or something. Got a little teepee of wood. Probably could have videotaped it, but it was just, I was disconnected. I took all my, just left the machine for a while. I wanted to be outside. It's really good. Like, staring at a computer screen's cool, but I feel like it destroys my self-confidence in a lot of ways if all I'm doing is looking at a computer screen. It destroys my mood in a lot of ways, honestly. Being outside, looking at the sky and at the trees and stuff, I'm like, I just feel like good. I want to do more of this. And then I lit it up, got the little TP of wood going, put some bigger logs on top, like at angles to get those heating. But they're all damp, so I was like warming up all the wood around it, put all the damp wood like around the fire. And then, oh shit, it just took off. And then I started putting the big hunky woods on there. And I'm playing all these crafting survival games, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm one of those guys. I was like hacking at shit with a machete, lighting the fire. Playing a lot of Soul Ash, where I'm like lighting campfires. I thought, yeah, might as well light a campfire in real life. It's freaking great, man. It was great. There's a lot more to the story that's probably not that interesting. Like, there was a wasp on my pants. I don't know why. So I just knocked him off. Then he was back on my pants again. 10 minutes later, I was like, dude, I'm not going to kill you. But stop. Go away. And then he went away. Hello there, Ed Faust. Doing good, man. A propane torch weed burner. That's a cool sounding tool. Yeah, dismantling the tree by hand. Dude, it is a big tree, man. It's probably 3 feet in diameter. Maybe. One of those, like, big ass fucking tree trunk just somebody came in there and cut it into segments, but it is massive logs. I don't know how I'm going to get it out of there or who or what's going to happen. Probably pay someone to come in here and like chop it all into firewood. Take them like 6 hours or 4 hours or something. With the right tools, you know, it'd be an easier job, but like an electric chainsaw is going to take me God knows how long. I've actually never used a chainsaw in my life. I've worked with people that were holding them and using them as I was standing watch. But I guess you just get a really nice pair of gloves, some solid denim, and some good boots. Because even as I was hacking with machete, pieces of wood were flying off of it and hitting me in the face and stuff. I was like, man, this lumberjacking is no joke. Like it's not, the danger isn't just a tree falling on you. It's like all the sharp pieces of wood. I had cuts. Got a cut here from God knows what. Cut here from God knows what. I was out there, and it's like I was just out there kind of, and it was in the dark too. A lot of this was in the dark, which was kind of making it more exciting and more challenging. So I was relying on my headlamp, and I didn't feel it get cut. And I can see like that's another danger is if you're out there working all day, you're just stinging and tingling all over your skin. Then you come back in and it's like, oh my God, there's a wound that I probably should have washed with soap 3 hours ago, and now it's sealing over, and there's black stuff underneath the scab. Fortunately, I was able to get to this. I soaped this one off pretty quick. This one, thank God for the luxury of soap, and I would still consider it a luxury. We live in fine times. Hello there, albino viper. Use dryer lint. Dryer lint. That's a good fire starter. Yeah, I like char cloth a lot. I have a tin with magnesium in it too. That's good for use for fire starter. And that tin, you can put like shredded shirt. Like if you want to cut up a shirt into little strips, and then you seal it up in this metal tin, and then you put it in. Well, if you have a fire going, you kind of prepare for the next one. You put it in there, and it like heats it up without oxygen and just makes it black. They call it char cloth, and it's like some of the ultimate fire starter. If you just need to get like a spark. But with damp wood, like I want to master how to make a fire with damp wood, because it's like, what a skill that is. 9-volt battery and Brillo. Yeah, did you ever watch there's a show I used to watch called Dual Survival. It was dryer lint and fat sticks. Keep lemongrass to keep bugs away. Oh yeah, Dual Survival, great show. Cody Lundin, and he had a couple of other ghosts. Cody would walk around barefoot, like in the woods and in the tundra and in the desert. Like he could start fires with sticks. He was like he's a master survivalist. He's awesome. Cody Lundin. Yeah, Cody and Dave. Dave was the original guy, and then he ended up leaving the show because I think Stolen Valor said he was like an ex-Marine or something. Maybe it turned out he wasn't wasn't all he had told the studio, and he and Cody had been not getting along, so they fired him, hired some new guy, but the chemistry wasn't the same. Cody and Dave were like where it was at. That was great. I was also experimenting with, I'd seen some videos lately where I'd take a stick. It was a little damp, but then I would take my machete and like just slice off, like kind of carve off little shavings of it, because those little shavings become very good kindling to get the initial fire going. Even if it's wet, I think that helps them dry out a lot faster too, if you can get lots of surface area on the wood. I don't like how I'm like bending my head down while I'm talking. I should be up here. Should be like that. This is much better. No need to bend my head. I got a microphone I can move. I just don't want it to cover my face. I'm trying to get the perfect look. Like that. All right, there we go. Dude, Dual Survival was amazing. That show is so good. I watched so much of that show. It was a great night. I sat out there by the fire for like 3 hours. And I pissed on it to try and put a bunch of it out. Just old man shit. Not old man shit, but like old man shit. Shit that dudes would do 10,000 years ago. I think that's all to the story. For now. And the rest of the story is yet to be written. Because I've got about another 4,000 pounds of wood sitting out there. All right, let's play this game. No, I've never watched Les Stroud. I've heard of that guy, though. He's not Bear Grylls, but I think he's like Bear Grylls. A lemon? Oh, you guys are talking about how to get rid of bugs? Yeah, there were a lot of bugs out there last night. Well, not a lot of bugs, but there were, for me. Hello there, Michael Hood. They were drawn to my headlamp, too, which is kind of a problem that maybe one day will gain a solution. How do you wear a headlamp without attracting bugs to your headlamp? Like a light that you can see where it's shining, but it's not actually bright. Like if you look at the lamp, it's dark, but if you look where the lamp is shining, it's bright. With like a one-way mirror on it or something. Maybe that's how you do it. Headlamps with one-way mirrors built into them. Do those exist? Somebody should patent that and become a trillionaire. I'm going to look up if they have those yet. I don't know if that's how it works, though. I don't know. There's probably a way to teleport the light without actually beaming it. Maybe. We're using like an invisibility cloak technology. I don't know if you guys have seen those invisibility cloaks. They're pretty cool. Where the light goes around them instead of through them. And you can't see what it's going around. It looks like there's nothing there. Headlamp bug zapper, yeah, but I don't want to kill the idea. I don't want to slaughter the bugs while I'm out there, because I'm like, well, I'm on your territory. You guys respect me on the inside. You don't bother me. I'm not going to come out here and slaughter you. Although I did put a slug in the fire and just to slaughter him, and I was like, that slug's like, what the fuck? And then I was like, actually, that slug's like dying, and it's not a joke. Where? Yeah, man. Hello there, Skate Legends. Ooh, I think I'll be back on Timcast IRL on Thursday. Those are my immediate plans. Let's see, what time is it now? 5:54. Oh my gosh, I've been streaming for an hour and I barely even touched the game. You know it's a good conversation when I barely touched the game and killed a fly. God, that fly was terrorizing me last night. I mean, terrorizing, but annoying is a better word. All right, let's make some headway in this game. You know, I'm gonna go get a spindrift. I think that's a fucking fly. All right, if he sets down near me, he's gonna get a whooping. I'll be back shortly. Something so satisfying about burning wood in half. Like, I was watching how the Native Americans would burn. They'd make a canoe by burning out the middle of it rather than cutting it out. It's just like it's almost like a carving tactic. You carve it with, I don't know, carving's not the right word, but you use fire as like a cutting mechanism almost. And being like, this log is too big. It's too long. I can't use it as firewood. And I was like, oh, I can burn it in half, and then I'll have 2 logs. And it worked. Ah, it's so fucking satisfying. I love fire, man. Gotta love it to kill it. That's what the firemen will tell you. But I've always enjoyed the power of fire, that's for sure. That's the Aries in me, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna give this poor woman her own crawdads. That's what sea turtle was. So you seem healthy. I'm tired around the eyes, maybe? I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
You'll cut the tree for free? That's a nice offer. I'll have you Edad. Near done well, hello. That's a funny line in a movie, dude. And then you know that the guy was reading a script. He's like, I'll have you Edad. You're like, what? You're like, I mean, I think I'm supposed to, I think I mean dead. Oh yeah, that fly. I wonder if that's the same fly I smacked earlier. Could be coming in through the vents, because I don't have any open windows or doors in here. Yeah, that's it. Fire cutting. Primitive equivalent to using a laser to cut or carve. Kinda, yeah. Or using heat to make grooves and stuff. They'd take a log and cut. I don't know if they would like carve the base of the log into the canoe, and they would just, the top would just be flat, and then they turn it upside down, and they'd have a fire underneath it, and they'd burn. And they go in there and like scrape off the ash, and then they just burn and burn and burn and burn. It'd take a long time, but not a lot of physical exertion. Save their energy for more important tasks like hunting or walking.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
All right, Nettie.
We need to be quick. This way.
I really want to rob this place. What's this?
Carefully now.
The bird's eyes are glassy. Its breathing weak.
Heal the freaking thing.
What am I to do?
What to do?
Oh, he's at full health. He's just tired. I want to rob these druids, but I'm gonna stay on the good graces for now.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Interesting. The drow.
Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start.
Oh God, Nettie, what are you gonna do?
It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we can do. It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
I'm not a big fan of the sharp stick you're waving in front of my face here, Nettie. Hello there, Quellenost. Yeah, this game's awesome, man. Well, feel free to enjoy it now as I'm playing through it. That's kind of how I felt about it, too. I was like, God, this game's amazing and huge. And the last thing I want to do is jerk 400 hours into a video game. But I've dedicated myself to playing it on stream, so I feel like it's like more of a job. Like I will not allow myself to sit back. Like as I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, it'd be nice just to dick around and just play this game and just. But like, nah, I can't just play video games alone in my room. I should at least go live and do it with the humans of humanity. It's much more rewarding that way, anyway. Oh, this fly's driving me nuts. I'm gonna get my boxer shorts again and smack it. I might just have to wait till tomorrow when that fly swatter arrives. They don't see the fly swatter coming because all the holes in the thing. I think he's drawn to this light. Let him be drawn. That can go there. If I need it, I got it.
Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been
Thanks for the
straight
membership
with me,
sub, Jets.
So I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead.
Jets 115.
But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself.
All right, Nettie.
This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything.
Jets with the 50
Now,
gifted memberships.
Do I have your word or not?
That's intense. Hold on a sec. Are you guys catching this? Look at these gifted memberships. The chat's getting overloaded in a good way. It's like an MDMA trip. Oh my God. Oh, Jets, that is so cool of you, man. 50 gifted memberships. Jets 115 in the house. Are you a Jets fan? Shout out to the Jets if you are, dude. And actually, no, just shout out to you, man. Thank you, dude. That's huge. 50 gifted memberships. That's awesome. You fly jets? That's even better. That's really cool, dude. What kind of jets? already canceled was gifted a membership. Philip Fisher gifted a membership. Good for you, Philip Fisher. Look at all these people in chat. 50 gifted memberships, only 24 concurrent viewers. I wonder what's going to happen. Do people get multiple months? Or does it go to other subscribers of the channel? I'm eager to find out. That's really, 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 really big of you, man. Thank you so much. Jets 115. Look at all these cool people. I'm not going to read everyone's name that got the gifted membership. Shout out to Jets for firing that one off. And there are quite a lot of people that got memberships just then. So if you would... Yeah, dude, you rolled the dice. You rolled a fucking 20. Did you rolled it with... I don't know if you've even had advantage when you rolled. But you definitely critically succeeded on that one. At least it feels like it from my perspective. Maybe you just rolled a 17. I don't know. Oh, man, that's awesome. It does sometimes go to other subs that aren't logged in. That's cool. That's cool. That would prioritize other subs of the channel, maybe that have been on recently, before it starts giving... I wonder if it'll prioritize people that are subbed to the channel that haven't been on a show in like 7 years over someone that's on right now for their second month. I'd have to talk to the developers about that one. Gets to a point where you're like, that guy is a subscriber of the channel but hasn't been on in, you know, a year. Maybe we should uber reward the people that are on every day. People like Ekim Althar. I mean, not literally every day, but you know what I'm saying? A little hyperbole in there. Oh shit, we got a big rating party of one. Anonymous Related Gaming with the rating party of one. Is it you alone, Anonymous, or did you bring one person with you? I don't know what that means. And also, Pork Nasty with the resubscription for 2 months. Ian Ron to 2 months now. You're doing it, man. Stay consistent. You know I will, brother. Pork Nasty. That's what I'm talking about. I was watching Fan. Oh, just look at these members just piling in. Riley Small. I was watching Fan and Fan Hots. He plays a lot of Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, Jets legend, dude. And people will be like, he's like, thanks for the 42 months. I'm like, 42 months? People watch him and they're like, I don't know what he's doing, because right now I have $5 a month is my membership value. You can have different tiers. So I'm like, what if I do... Oh, I see the fly on the light. I don't want to hit my light. I don't want to damage my light, but I could smack him. Okay, in the chat, do a 1 if you want me to smack the fly on the light, risking damage to the light, and a 2 if you want me to ignore him and just let him clean himself. I'm looking for all the 1s and 2s right now, and do quick because now he's waving his wings around. I gotta catch him always off guard. 2, got some 2s in the chat, got some 1s. Yeah, Aaron's concerned about the tech, doesn't want me to break it. It's an LED lamp. It's not gonna shatter. It's made of plastic. It's got like, oh, he's flying. Too long. There were a lot of 2s anyway. Hados, the bloodthirsty maniac. Just kidding, dude, but you were ready to fucking just see that thing go. I'll get him tomorrow if I don't get him tonight. He'll slow down later. He's going to land on something that's not breakable, and I'm going to just fucking whip his ass. There, he's back. Thanks for all the votes, but I'm taking him out. Definitely went in the direction that I was swinging. I don't know if I hit him or if he flew that direction. He can feel the wind coming. Hello, Apocalypse Kitchen. Yeah, man. Well, it's only murder if it's illegal. It's not illegal to kill flies. Did I get him? See, the thing is, I'm hitting him with cloth, so I might be dazing him. When he's dazed, that's my chance to finish the job. I'm going to try and find him really fast. and then crush him. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's back. I mean, I guess this is entertaining. Let me go face full. Dude, nothing more enjoyable than that dinging sound in the background, dude. Listen to all these fucking memberships. So Fan got, I finished my story. Fan was like, thank you for the 44 months. I'm like, fuck, some dude subscribed for 44 months to his channel, membered. So I'm wondering if for the tiers, if you have like tier 1, $1 a month, tier 2, $5 a month, tier 3, $10 a month or whatever. 5 months of tier 1 is the same income as 1 month of tier 2, but you know that the money's going to be coming in. So long subscriptions, this is just from the economic perspective of what I'm thinking. Having the memberships over a long period of time, you can do financial calculations. Be like, all right, I'm going to have X coming in next month. But when it's all coming in right now, I'm like, after 1 month, we'll see. It's more like flying by the seat of your pants. Both are good, and it doesn't really matter. But maybe I could set up different tiers. I don't know. It was just stuff that was crossing my mind last night. I was like, thank you for the 44 months. I'm like, also, he's like super good at Heroes of the Storm and has like, I guess, fans that, I don't know. But I think, I mean, obviously subscriptions. And then I think Timcast does 1 year subscriptions. Or you could do like, see, once I get my website set up, I'm going to do whatever it is, X dollars a month, 5, 10 or whatever. And then with the perks, or you can do like, or subscribe for 1 year for 20% off. And then you put in like 80 instead of 100. And then you get the year-long subscription. And then I know ahead of time I can plan my finances around it. Anyway. Yeah. First world problems. It's not really a problem at all. It's just math that I do in my head. Kicked him off the show. Pork Nasty wants me kick. Pork Nasty is suggesting that I kicked him off of Tim's show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually not kidding. That was the suggestion, but I think I can tell it's a joke. Pork Nasty. I can tell it's funny. No, I got to get back on that show. Tim's one of my best friends. Just the politics stuff. I'm like, I don't mind talking about it. I like understanding it, but man, I just want to talk about games, building games, bringing people together that don't necessarily get along, like have vastly different views on things. And like listening to them work through it. But I don't know if that's the right show to do all that stuff in. That's why kind of part of why I'm starting my own ventures as well, or just focusing on my own ventures so that I can end up working up to a place where I start having in like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and they can sit down together and we'll all talk about stuff. Like, I have big aspirations in those kinds of realms. It doesn't have to be those two guys, but like people with what you would perceive as dichomatic perceptual viewpoints. Actually, we all got to take a shit before the show at some point, probably. Everybody's thirsty. Like, we got a lot in common here. You smell and you smell. Tell me about it, though. Tell me about your life. And then get everybody kind of relaxed and like laughing a little bit. You know, Theo Von style. Like, I'm in that kind of realm right now. Talking to my mother a couple days ago. I was telling you, my dad's kind of having this like spiritual awakening. It's kind of cool. Like, and my mom was like, "Oh, he's kind of nuts, huh?" I'm like, "Actually, no. I know exactly what he's going through." But she was like, "You should do your interview shows again. I think that's where it's at. I really like your interview shows." I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I have 2 mics in here now, so I can literally do in person, which is very cool. Like, if I'm here, sitting like this, and the interviewee is right here, sitting here, the camera can handle both. I think we'll both be in frame. If we're both looking like this, if I'm like this, you're gonna get a 3/4 profile, and then the guest will be facing right on, so you'll see kind of this angle. But I think the setup is like perfect for it, to be honest. I might need to put a light over there. I have a light right here that's out of frame, that's not plugged in. It's just another one of these. And then other lights back there lighting up the guitar. Oh, you see my machete sticking out? I gotta fix that. That's blocking the guitar. This was the one I used last night. I'm not gonna wield it or anything. It's a machete by Hooey Man. Green handle, so you know it's mine. Excellent tool. Excellent. I think it's was it carbonized steel, I think is the metal. And then for the record, I've got a kukri. They're in the cases here. A kukri. Can you see it here? This thing's pretty cool. I was reading about the value. This thing's really for cutting through like dense grass, like tree branches and stuff. I live next to a state park, so it requires. I have two machete. Then there's this. This is the other machete. I have two machetes. One is steel, and the other one is. Oh man, it's like carbonized steel. One's sharper, but requires more maintenance, and the other one is more durable, but not quite as sharp. So I got one of each, and I think that I'm using. I got to reread, like. I'm just trying to use the more durable one and not because haven't been treating. You're supposed to treat with like oil and stuff between uses, and I have not been. I didn't do that last night. I just wiped it off. This thing's the kukri. This thing's more for like cutting particular like wood branches and stuff, I think, or like I don't know. But there's like dense woodland back there that has overgrown, and no one's been back there to like cut the paths and like trim the paths down. So just in case I start going back there, I've got all these tools. I also have a super sharp skinning knife that I've never used. It's basically for like cutting deer skin off of the dead deer. But I figured buy it now. You won't have to worry about not having one later if you ever need one. It's a great, probably my carving knife if I have to get to carving because it's small. You know, you can really get with it. And then I've got a large butcher knife. Not really a butcher. It's not a butcher knife. It's a chopping knife that someone sent me. It's from, gosh, what is the name of that company? It was personally crafted. The guy made it for me and then sent it to me. He's like a knife maker. I really need to promote him. That's the knife I would put on my wall. That's like one of the coolest things. Someone was watching Timcast IRL and they're like, Ian, I love you, and I know you like to cook. I make knives. Can I send you one? I don't know where that is. I kept it hidden away because I don't want anyone in the kitchen, just random people using it. I've had knives and stuff, cutlery and had other over the years with my roommates, and had people like disrespect the cookware and leave it in the sink and let it get wet and rusted and not wipe it off and put it away. Throw it in a drawer without its case, and then the blade gets dulled, rubbing up against other metal. Got to treat those things really well for longevity. Like these, for instance, I've got. Where is it? These are my nail clippers here. I've had the same case of nail clippers for like 15 years or 12 years or something, I think. And they're still super sharp because no one's clipping fucking metal wires with them. I've seen people, they'll take nail clippers and they'll use them for what they're not made for, other than chitin, other than nail clippings. See people clipping, who knows. Still got the same pair of nail clippers. Never sharpened them. Never had to. Never let a single person use them other than me. All right. Back to the action. You get an 80-year-old butcher cleaver. Oh, Ashram 3 said Ian try Eve online. Dude, I did, man. I bought it. Well, it was free. I think it was free to download. I got it. I would log in every day and do the research and then log off. And then days would go by and I'd log back in and make sure all my research was constantly on. I was like, if I ever play this game, I want, 1, it to be free, and 2, to have all the research so that I don't have to wait 6 months for the research. So every day for like, I don't know, whenever I would remember, I'd load up Eve, make sure I'm researching the longest stuff, and then I just leave for a week or whatever, and I come back and I'd be like, all right, research done, next thing, queue up all the researches. I did the same thing with Elder Scrolls Online and Elder Scrolls Legends. Like I would pop in and get the drops and stuff because I knew, like I always knew that if I ever went deep on that game, it'd be worth it, the time investment. But Eve is like, 1, I don't know anybody else that plays it. 2, it's a big game, man. It's a big game. Like I can get really lost in that kind of stuff. I guess if I'm streaming, it might be very fun and very interactive with the community. Alone, though, I thought it just seemed so overwhelming, and I'm not a big fan of space trading, like just clicking and waiting. Like I do like hot action and like either doing calculations of like I've got a 72% chance if I do this, but if I do this, then it's going to give me a 74% chance, and if I do this, it'll give me a minus 10%, but I'll get 2 strikes, so it's actually a plus 54% chance. And like I'm doing the math and like doing calculations and then watching like 72%. Once you get to 76%, you've hit the next echelon of percentage chances over time. I feel like 76 is a real groundbreaker. Once you get to 76%, you're like way more likely to win than at 75%. Something about that number, I don't know why. 72 really is a benchmark too, but 76 is like 81. You're like, yo, bro, I hit the big time. 81 is pretty reliable. I don't know why. It just feels like that. So I like percentage games, and I like games where it requires a lot of like fast-paced, articulate action. I think I was explaining this on stream the other day, like geometry, like trigonometry, calculus. Like if I put this much momentum into this direction at this acceleration with this amount of speed, I can only break, this minus 20% action for a moment before I put this kind of momentum in the other direction on that. Like those kind of games where like you're turning and twisting and turning, like first person. Eve doesn't have those. Doesn't seem to have them. Maybe it's got the calculations. Like I've got a 32% chance of this action succeeding, but it seemed more like go buy the items from the port where they're the cheapest, and how you find that out? Look online, and then you fly there, and then you load up your ship with that stuff, and then look online for where it sells the best, and then you fly there. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. It just feels like a waste. That feels like time not well spent. And if you don't look online for like where the markets are best, then you can't know. Like you can't figure it out in game or something. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I seem to remember about that game. Fitting ships. So like when you're fitting your ships, you've got to do the math. You're like, okay, well, this is going to give me a 32% damage output at the cost of 10% energy that flies back on the light. Good. Missed him there. I got the wrong tool for the job. I'm not hitting the light. I'm swiping down across it, so it's a flat panel, an LED panel. So the light's doing just fine, but I should probably stop doing that. I'm gonna clip that though because it's embarrassing. Yeah, I think the bug is a fan. He seems to like my energy. Sometimes the flies will just land in front of me and just stand there and look at me. And I'm like, I know I'm cool, dude, but you're a bug. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm actually not kidding. That's sometimes I'll think that. I'll be like, I mean, I people tell me I've got good energy. Like dogs will walk up to me and just lay down next to me and stuff. Cats will too sometimes. All right, let's fucking play this game, dude. I love this game. Maybe they're... He's just cleaning his hands. Sometimes I think flies are very playful also. Like they'll fly around your head over and over and over again, and you like swing at them and they're like, ah, this is fun. And they'll keep flying around and around. I'm like, dude, don't you understand I'm trying to kill you? This is a dangerous game for you, fly. He's like, ha ha ha. I'm like, go, come on, go. I might be able to, sometimes I'll usher them in a direction and they'll go that way. Like I might be able to usher them out of my room. It's just so dark, I'm not sure I can keep my eyes on them. All right, let me try that for a minute. You can watch if you want. I'm going to turn my overhead light on and turn this light off. So that goes down. Where are you, fly? What are you doing? Where do you go? Time to go outside. Where are you? Where you at? What's up, Moomin? Cool name, dude. I'm just about to usher a fly out of my room. That's why the light's off. I was going to say they're not stupid, but by human standards, they're definitely stupid. But by, like, fly standards, they're just fly intelligence. Hey. Yeah, outside. Better off out there, man. Dude, why would I do this? Why would I go live and then do this? Did you go out? Outside? Yeah, this way. You can do it. Oh, last night while I was at the fire, the smoke would blow in my face, and I was like, oh, what if I can control the wind? Because, you know, I'm all into, like, manipulating the clouds when it's looks like it's going to rain or not rain, and I want to, like, draw the rain, draw the clouds together or dissipate them. Focus positive energy into the clouds and they dissipate, or negative energy into myself in like this coiling helix, and the clouds start to spiral and coagulate above me, and the storms will come, the lightning will get called. So I was like, what if I can do it like to the wind? Maybe it's the wind, because the smoke kept blowing into my face as I was sitting by the fire. So I'd focus positive energy into the smoke, into the cloud in front of me, and the wind would blow it away. And it was almost like the wind would stop, and then it would just start spinning kind of and going up. And I did it 3 times, and I was like, I got to call Stephanie and tell her about this. And I was like, well, it's a little, firstly, late. It was like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, also, like, I don't need to be calling people and telling them about this, because it's like, it was just 3 times. It doesn't mean it's doing it. Like, and I was like, it's like someone that gets up every morning and is like, every time I wake up, the sun is out. I'm the one controlling the sun. Like, dude, it could very well just be happening, and I think I'm like interacting or interfering with it. So I don't know. And then it would happen again, and I was focusing And it's hard to focus positive energy when you're being overwhelmed. I understand that. This is a good metaphor for people that are about to think they're about to face a hurricane. When the wind is hard, it's almost like impossible to believe that it isn't. Like, you've got to believe it and channel the belief. If you start to question if it's working, it stops working. So as the smoke was hitting me in the face, and I'm like I'm choking, literally, like breathing in smoke, and like, oh my God, I was feeling like desperate, and it was like hard to stay positive because I'm distracted by the smoke itself, the wind itself, and but then I would override that and get the positive energy out, and then it would go away. It would move again and go away from me. And at one point, it was like going around me. I guess I can turn this light back on now. It was like going around me. I was like, I think it might be working. I still can't tell yet. I mean, you do it 4 or 5 times in a matter of 10 minutes, and it's like, doesn't really mean, that's just a pure anecdote. They call them wind benders. Yeah. You said that someone said that the hurricane got upgraded to a category 5. Well, we could focus positive energy into that thing. I've got to do some math. Let me look on a map. I gotta figure out the directions so I can orient myself. I mean, a lot of it's like fantasy, but like, so's imagination, and that stuff works too. It helps your body make choices. All right, let's see here. Go out, bud. Out that way. Yeah, that way. All the way. Come on. That's the way. Oh, homie. I know. Light is a powerful force. It's the thing I want to teach these creatures. Either you do what I command or you die. I need a better tool. Too much wind resistance with this piece of cloth, man. I got another tool I might be able to use. This thing. It's not a fly swatter. It's like a badminton racket. But it's the closest thing I got to a fly swatter right now. If anything, I can hit him and daze him with this and then crush him when he's on the ground. Grab him with a piece of toilet paper and smash him in my fingers. Yeah, that's the plan now. Just so you know, fly. You're also welcome to fly out of here. All right, let's do this. Be very deliberate with your swings. I have a lot of technology in here and glasses of water and liquids and things like that. So now I'm looking at a map because I want to orient myself to where Florida is. It's that direction. I could just channel for a while. I should change my Twitch stream settings to just channeling. I don't know if that's a setting with people coming over here thinking I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I'm going to switch it to just chatting for real, actually. Is just channeling something you can do? Just channeling. No, it's not. Channeling. That should be a Twitch category for people that are just channeling energy. Nah, whatever, just chatting's fine. See, I would create... Can I create a new Twitch category? Channeling? Back in the day with YouTube, 2007 or something, I was doing all this, like, wisdom videos where I was telling you my beliefs about God, religion, spirituality, this. And then Google was like, hey, we have a new channel type, guru. And I was like, oh, my God. I think they made it because I was doing all this guru shit, but I was like, I'm not going to call myself a guru. That's like the most cringe thing. You can call me a guru if you want, but I'm not going to call myself a guru. That's insane. So I just kept it as people in blogs, my channel settings. And then eventually they got rid of guru because no one was really using it. But I think they were like, this would be good to have people just have guru channels. It's like, yeah, but a real guru doesn't call themselves a guru. Like, I was just learning, you know. I didn't have the ego to be like, yes, I am the teacher. Listen to me. Although I did want people to listen to me. All right, I got to focus on this. We're looking at... I can tell you about what I'm doing. I can sense the fear. I sense the overwhelming odds because of the size of this thing and the amount of dedication it's going to require. And it's almost like a deflation within me. Like, oh my God, I've got to do that. You really need me to channel that much? 2, I feel the fear of it not working by people because it's so intense. It's not just like wind, like a gentle breeze that you're trying to slow down. Also, I don't normally mess with anything other than what's right in here around me. Like, I can change my surroundings, but it's up to the people in it to change their surroundings. Hello there, Twisted Man. That's my philosophy on it, is you need to change your surroundings. I can only do mine. I don't know if I can teleport my will or my focus. I think I can. just rename it meditation stream or something. Oh, trust me, I'm not done yet. That did something. Help me out. Do check on the map and see. Go to Google Maps and see what direction you're facing. Have it locate over your house or wherever you're sitting right now, and then orient yourself towards the Gulf, towards Western Florida, and focus positive energy in that direction into the sky over there, into the center of the fluctuations. Dissipate it. So loud, I can feel the wind, man. I can feel it like whipping around me and through me the way wind moves, like. I think that's how you stop a hurricane, how you stop a spinning fluid of water, whether it's gaseous or liquid, is this direction. You want to kind of take it, curve it back around like a question mark into you, and then put it forward, and that just disrupts the spin. I can feel the wind doing that. Also, like if you're stirring liquid and it's in a spin, you kind of want to do that with it to slow it down. Because you don't want to slow it down violently. You want to slow it down slowly. One of the nice things about this is it's not all or none. Every bit helps, and you can stop and start. The longer you channel, the longer lasting effects if you're doing it correctly. It seems to be like you can set it in reverse motion and then relax, and it'll slow down. Yeah, you can dissipate humidity. Spread it out. Make it go away from a point or draw it into a point. It might actually be the magnetism that's pulling the humidity along with it. I'm not sure exactly what it is or why, but it seems to. Yeah, intuition would say that you want to go counterclockwise to the clockwise motion, but that's too, well, it will have somewhat of an effect, but I think it's too volatile of a disruption. It'll send it flying out. I mean, it might work, but you kind of want to pull it in and then push it forward. That's how you stop a spiral. Pull it like that, and it's like, that just totally diffuses it. Yeah, but don't think of it, Twisted Man. Yes, the answer is yes to your question. Are we manifesting our wills to stop a hurricane? But yes, but think of it not as a hurricane. It's not a thing. There is wind, there is air, there is gas and fluid. That is the thing. And you're controlling the shape of it. If the word hurricane enters your mouth, you're actually creating it. So you want to focus on the stillness and the positive calm and just good healing energy, good, happy, positive energy focused in it. Diablo 4 is delayed. Hello there, Connor Dinage. Yeah, I'm thinking about renaming the stream to Calming Winds. I don't know what that's going to do exactly, but I'm going to update it. Hello there, Voodoo Face. Good to see you. Hi, Lori. Lorianne. Do it. Do it. Do it. I know one way to calm winds on the local level.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
Saving this game.
Thank you.
Because so my computer fan will
Here.
stop blowing.
You know, I've spent my life
Yeah.
treating folk
Watch
and never
this with me,
once
though.
saw a mind flare infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The
Yeah,
thing in
staring at
your
computer
skull, though,
monitors might be the problem.
it's different to anything
It's
in our
causing
records.
it's
one of their worms for sure.
storm, all that negative
But
energy
this one gives you powers.
absorbing into the human brain. I mean,
Telepathic
honestly, it's also
connections.
temperatures,
And it doesn't turn
fluctuations
you into
from
one of
carbon
them.
dioxide and things like that.
Not yet, anyhow.
All right. I'm barely listening to you, Druid, but finish it up.
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea
I have
why.
a storm to quell.
When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
So go and get him.
I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. And if my birds can't get close, what chance do I have?
7%.
You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Spectacular woman. Let's do it. All right.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me.
You
I
got
wish I
it.
could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your
Yeah, I promise
oath.
I'll drink poison. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not drinking that shit.
Step at a time, Nettie.
But thanks for the
Come on.
toxin. I'll put it on my weapon or
Why
something.
the- Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
She goes, please, promise you'll kill
Better a
yourself
quick draft
if
than
things are bad. I'm like, yeah, put the dagger away. I'll do whatever you want.
Better than becoming a mind
Uh,
flayer.
I
Keep it, in case
I
things
agreed to
start
that
get
under
very
duress. I plead my case. All right, I saved it. I'm quitting, so my fan will shut down, or at least slow down. The wind will calm in my environment. What up there, Kevin Berg? Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming, dude. I'll be right back. I'm going to hit the bathroom. Thing is, I feel like storms are like my friend. When I stand there in the wind and the rain and I see the clouds, I can move them. Like, I'm very at home there. I can calm that. Like, the whole thing is very familiar to me. Right now, just imagining it is like trying to communicate with a friend telepathically. It can be done. There's a reason why two people will call each other at the same moment and get a busy signal. Like, there's reasons for that you dream about someone and then the next morning they call you. Like, that stuff is real. That's the experience I'm having with this storm right now, this wind, this gyration. But if I'm there, it's very familiar. And that's why it's important for all of us to learn how to do this, not just rely on like the guy that figured out how to do it. Like it's like the guy that invented or discovered the screw. I think I was talking about that on a stream. You don't always want to go to him and be like, "Can you make us a screw?" He knows how to make screws. Can you make us a screw? Can you make us a screw? Like he needs to teach other people how to make screws so that everyone can make their own. For any good technology or discovery, you want to show other people how to do it so that they don't rely on you as the one, because no one is the one. We're all capable of mingling our resonation fields with clouds. I feel like I should go outside. The problem is I should go outside. I won't be on stream, so I don't know what's more important, that we do this on stream and I focus through a wall. I can open my window. Yeah, that's better. I can hear the sky. Cool setup I got here. The sky's confused. It's like, why are you trying to calm me down? I am calm. I'm like, no, no, no. Beyond here. Is there such a thing as beyond here? There's here. I'm here. It's like static in the conversation, and the static is the distance. Oh, it smells so good. I just locked onto it. But like saying it out loud almost, it slows it, it interferes. I gotta not tell you. I want to tell you what's happening while it's happening, but also I want to focus and channel. A good channeler can channel as a passive ability. Well, I guess an evil channeler can do that too, but a powerful channeler, an effective channeler, can do it as a passive ability. They don't need to focus. I guess untrained, powerful channelers don't know when they're channeling. Sometimes they just are. Or ignorant channelers, sometimes they're powerful and they're just like paladins. They don't really seem to know why they're doing it. They just channel fields of resonance. They vibrate. They send off these auras. Oh man, the power of that thing, of that wind, of that area is like it is like attracted to the negativity. It's the power itself that'll sometimes cause you to become negative. I see that they say the dark side is powerful. Like just the raw force is like so many electrons moving around that it draws that negative charge out of you, or tries, but you can maintain the positive flow, the counterbalance. It's like greeting an old friend. Some things about channeling: when you really start flowing the positive energy, your stomach, you'll become aligned, your chakras will open up, and your stomach will release cortisol, acid, something that will draw a negative force, whether it's digestion or what. That's part of why fasting is so powerful and important for clearing your conduit. You can override it, but it is a drawing negative force that you'll have to override when it happens in your stomach. Or if you've got a clear stomach, it's easier. You're not as distracted by those fluids. If you've got really toxic stuff in your stomach, it'll go up into your heart. Like that chakra here opens up, and that fluid will go up and it burns. It's not so your stomach will naturally want to tense, and it requires all this energy, and it like can condense and prevent the outward flow of positive energy. It's just so vague, the term positive energy. I don't know exactly what's happening. I'm trying to locate exactly the science of it, but it seems to be working. I'm having my eyes closed because I'm trying not to become distracted by what I see. When the clouds are here and I see them, I focus the energy into them and I watch them dissipate or coagulate, depending on what I want, what are the energy type I use. When I don't see it, I have to imagine it. And if I'm seeing something, I can get distracted by what I'm looking at, but I can kind of do it with my eyes open and not use them necessarily, like allow the light in without focusing on it. Because can cause, like having closed eyes sometimes is unnecessary, and it can require like tension to keep them shut. Like I can't tell sometimes if the natural state's open or shut. Sometimes it's like halfway, it's just more relaxed. There's this desire to view my notifications, to check the weather map as I'm doing this. And it's kind of like you post a video and you immediately want to see how many likes does it have. What do the comments say? And it's like, bro, let go of that shit. Make more videos. Just keep producing. That's the allegory. It is nice when someone shouts out, it's a category 4 now. It's been downgraded. The winds are calming down. The storm's stopping. Like, to hear a friend yell that out's like, understood. But to seek it out in the middle of doing is a big distraction. The nice thing about it is that it almost becomes addictive. That feeling kind of allows for the channel to remain open. Like when it stops, it's like, oh, I want to keep doing that. Well, I don't normally do this at a distance. I don't know. I don't know, man. But this isn't a knowledge-based activity. This is more of a feeling-based activity. Hello there, Angel Ortiz and Hobo. Hello. Good to see you guys. I was just focusing. Yeah. This morning I had a visual. Well, it was more of a dream. Right before I woke up, I had a dream that I was talking to this girl in my bedroom from when I was a kid. From the years of like 7th grade to my senior year of high school, I had a room at my parents' house that I stayed in. It was in that room. I was sitting on the bed talking to this girl, and then a horse jumped up and looked in my window. I was like, it's a horse. A horse. And the girl didn't look over at it. I'm like, a horse was just there. A horse just looked in my window. And then she turned finally and looked at the horse, like got away and walked away. And she turned and looked. And I was like, and I went over to the window and I looked out and I was like, it's Josie, the redheaded libertarian's horse. It was Josie was out there with like her daughter or her son. I think she has 3 daughters, but it was like her and her son or her daughter and her horse. I think it was her and her horse and another thing. I was like, oh, she must have rode her horse over here. And then I woke up. And that was like the dream I had before I woke up. It wasn't really a vision. It was more of just a dream. Yeah, in the morning when my eyes are open, I think it would be safer to say not really. Not that I can recall in that state in that way. I do get visions from time to time, periodically. I'll just get like an impulse of a sound or a word or a shape or like something. One time I heard like rain, and then 2 seconds later lightning thunder struck. I was like, that was interesting. Like I sensed it before it happened. Hi, Thread 4. Yeah, I do. I actually dreamt of this song. It was really good too. I don't know. The melody was banging, and I woke up and I was singing it when I woke up, and I didn't record it. I should have recorded it. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to record that. And then I got up and went to the bathroom, and then when I came back, I'd completely forgotten the tune. And I think who was the guitarist from Rolling Stones said the Paint It Black came to him in a dream, and he woke up and recorded it. Those are good ones. I wish I was there in the Gulf to focus into the wind. I mean, partially. What if like my whole purpose in life was to go to places where big storms were coming and calm them down, and then go places that are super dry and call the rain? You know, like, be weird as fuck. Also be cool though if you could actually do that. This is a lot of effort to travel, you know. Like, I'd rather just people just did it. It's one thing about channeling is it's exhausting. It's so much easier just to take in stimuli. Turn on a video game and just let it change my brain. It's so much easier. Requires so much less energy. I'm going to close my window. I think that was Richie Jackson driving away. I think I just saw Richie Jackson on a motor scooter. I just saw the headlight in some crazy cool song. That usually means Richie. Oh, thanks, Thread. Oh, man. I was just thinking about sitting on the front porch. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream. Hello there, John. And just recalibrate. And then possibly hop on later. Depends. Timcast IRL is coming up in about 50 minutes. Maybe come on later and play a little music or something. Sounds like a plan. Maybe. No, I'm not on tonight. I'm going to be on Timcast IRL on Thursday and Friday this week. That's the plan. That might change, but that's my schedule right now. So, you take care of yourself. Thought it was a pretty fun stream. I finished the conversation with the Druid lady in Baldur's Gate. I expected to play for like 4 hours. All in all, it was calming. Did the right thing. Meditate. Focus positive energy into the wind. Calm it down. Do your best. Excuse me. Yes, that was relaxing. Bye, Lord.